So in my last microgreen video, I took you on a quick tour of the grow room that I have, and I thought it would be interesting to kind of show you how the lights and rack system are all set up and what exactly I'm doing for that. It turns out it's super easy and you don't need a lot. So if you missed the tour, I'll leave a link down in the description. And I also have another video where I first started growing microgreens. It was the very first time. So I actually made my homemade light setup too, and that was super simple as well. The video itself is kind of, I don't know, cheesy maybe because it was one of my first YouTube videos I made as well. But I can leave a link down in the description for that too. So when I first started growing microgreens, I really did it just so that I could grow some food that I could eat during the winter time here in Canada, because obviously we can't grow outdoors. We get like 3 to 4 or 5 feet of snow. So that doesn't work. But I mean, let's face it, we've lost our relationship with our food, and I'm trying to get that back a little bit. That's why I grow a garden. I do have some gardening videos as well. I can leave a link to the playlist down below. I love growing my own food because I know exactly where it's been, and I don't have to wonder what kind of pesticides and everything that have been put onto it in its journey to the grocery store where I buy it. And growing microgreens is one of the things I found that works really good for me, especially in the winter time. They're super nutritious and they kind of go with everything, and they're super easy to grow indoors. So let's go have a look at my light rack. So here's a look at the rack I'm currently growing on. I have 2 of these, and they're both 6-level racks, and I grow on 5 of the levels. And on top up here, you can see that's some equipment I use for processing and harvesting. So this rack sits approximately 76.5 inches off the ground. So we're just under 18 inches wide on each shelf, and lengthwise we're about 47.5 inches. So here you can see one grow level to another grow level. I've got at around 12 inches there. And then what I do here is, for some of them that I need to have a little closer to the light for a while, I put these bricks here just to raise everything up and keep it closer to the light. So the trays I'm using actually have a base of 20 inches. So they do hang over just a little bit. Which is okay. So one thing about these racks is they have this little bar on each side that's actually higher than the level here. So then what happens is the tray wants to sit concave, and then your water kind of pools into there. So what I found is that when the water pools in the middle of the tray here and it's concave like this, it gives an uneven growth rate. So stuff in the middle will actually grow a little slower, and it'll be moist too. And the last thing you want for your microgreens is for them to be wet. That is your enemy. So the solution I came up with for that is just to fold a piece of cardboard here in half. Then I just put it into the middle of the rack and put the tray right on top of it. And then that helps level out the tray itself. So these racks can also come in a 24-inch wide shelf as well. So those trays are going to fit on there perfectly. The only thing is that they actually cost quite a bit more. So that's why I opted for the 18-inch wide ones. So let's move on to the light setup on my rack now. So it might come as a surprise to some of you that they're not actually grow lights. So these lights that I have are 4-foot LED lights, and all they are is 6,500 Kelvin lights, and they don't even get hot. You can see I can touch them no problem. So I really like that, and I like that they're LED and low power as well. So these lights I'm using have switches, so it's really handy when I'm only need half of a rack. I can shut the rest of the lights off and not have to be burning that extra power. As well, if I want, I can always unplug one here. I'll try and show you, and then I can not use one rack as well. I find that really handy because nobody wants to be burning any extra power that they have to.
Hi folks, I just wanted to quickly say that I appreciate you coming by and watching this video, and I hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, I hope you'll check out some of my other playlists as well. So I have some gardening and growing, which this one will probably be in there. I also did some videos about when I quit my regular day job, all the updates on that, and I do some outdoor stuff and some hiking, and I also of course do the fat biking stuff. That's it. Hope you go by and check it out, and back to the video.
So these lights also come in a 2-foot package as well, which is really handy because you might not need a big setup like mine, and you can kind of build something to suit your own needs. They're made by a company called Barilla, and I'm in no way affiliated with them, and you can find them over on Amazon. I should mention too that they're a pretty good price. So up here is my power bar where I have everything plugged in, and then this here is a plug-in timer, so I got that online as well, and I've got the lights running about 16 hours on and 8 hours off. And then up here I keep a fire smoke alarm as well, just to make sure that nothing goes wrong, and if something does, I want it caught right away. So basically the way these work is that they're on the switch, and then the switch goes up to the light, and that power runs through there, and then it just goes, you can see the cord there, it comes around to this one here, comes down here, and then it moves on to the next rack and so on. So I don't have them all connected again, I have them separated so that I am able to turn them on and off as I need. So here you can see I've just got them fastened with some plastic ties, and really, like, the plastic is just perfect because these lights don't get hot, and I've been using these for a year on this rack and I've had no problems whatsoever. So here you can see I've got the racks on the back wall of the room here, and they are on wheels like I mentioned earlier, and for me that's super important because I'm able to move the racks around, and I'm going to be doing some expansion eventually as the business grows, and I'm going to show you quickly what it's going to look like once I do that. So now you can see I'll be able to fit one, maybe even 2 racks here if I put that side right against the wall, but at least one, and then I'll be able to expand. And then when I'm watering and such, I'll be able to just pull this out. I can go in and do all my watering, and then just push this back, and I can do that for each one. So for me, that's really going to help me when I expand my business and I need more grow area. Another thing I should mention, that once I go with this kind of style of setup here, I will have to have fans on each level here, some small fans, just to make sure that the airflow is getting to all the plants and everything, because that causes moisture and mold if you don't have that, if there's not enough airflow. So that's it. I think I've covered everything. If I've missed anything or you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. And that's about it. I do have a link down below to my Buy Me a Coffee page. If you would like to support the channel for the price of a coffee, you can do so. And then you also get some like videos that I only release to my Buy Me a Coffee people. So I've just started that. I've released one video already. But other than that, remember the most important thing, folks, take care of yourself.